When most of us think about beaches, we visualize pale sands, clear blue waters, and picturesque palm trees waving in the breeze. While we imagine a tropical paradises where we might soak up the sun's golden rays with a tropical drink in hands. Unfortunately, there are beaches that don't measure up to our fantasies. Some of the beaches on today's list are unpleasant places, and they get bad press for good reason. Number 10. Henderson Island, Pitcairn Islands Group, British Overseas Territories. If visiting a beach that's polluted by a whopping 18 tons of plastic sounds good to you, you may want to plan an excursion to Henderson Island. This isolated island is uninhabited and is home to sugar sand beaches, which are unfortunately marred by the presence of plastics and other garbage from Japan, America, and a host of other nations. So how does all this trash arrive at Henderson Island, which is part of the Pitcairn Islands Group, which is a British Overseas Territory? Well, Henderson Island, which is a notable marine reserve, has ended up with trash on and buried inches under the sands due to a strong ocean current known as the South Pacific Gyre. This circular current sends debris from international seas directly onto Henderson Island's shores. Every day, 3,500 pieces of garbage end up on the shores. This island is at the halfway point between Peru and New Zealand. Right now, experts estimate that 38 million pieces of plastic are present on the island's beaches. The hermit crabs of Henderson Island have taken to living in plastic containers, and birds and other wildlife are consuming plastics. Back in the 1980s, the island was a pristine paradise which earned a World Heritage Site designation thanks to its unspoiled beauty. Number 9. Cabrillo Beach, harbor-facing side, Los Angeles, USA. You'll find Cabrillo Beach in Los Angeles. This beach should be an ideal place to frolic in the water and chill out on the sands, but pollution has made the harbor-facing side of this beach an unappealing destination for city residents and tourists. Cabrillo Beach's harbor-facing side has the dubious distinction of being one of the USA's dirtiest beaches. The beaches of California are prone to pollution from urban runoff that lands in the ocean. Plus, add to that rusted septic and sewer systems. Decomposing algae and kelp also contribute to pollution problems. The section of Cabrillo Beach that faces the harbor of San Pedro is subject to all of these issues, and it's been ranked as one of the most polluted beaches in the Golden State. Interestingly, the oceanside section of Cabrillo Beach, San Pedro, is in good shape pollution-wise. This is because the two sides of the beach are separated by a seawall as well as a long pier. Sadly, the side facing the harbor is anything but pristine, in part because of icky human bacteria that enters the water through a source that is currently unknown. If you want to go swimming at Cabrillo Beach, stick to the oceanside area. If you want to swim at a beach that's known for being one of the cleanest in the region, consider heading for Las Tunas County Beach in Malibu. Number 8. Kamilo Beach, Hawaii, USA. This beach used to be stunning and relatively unspoiled. Now Hawaii's Kamilo Beach is saddled with two nicknames, Plastic Beach and Trash Beach, which speaks volumes. This beach is off the beaten track and used to be a hidden gem for adventurous beach lovers who were willing to take four-wheel drive vehicles down an unpaved road to get there. Now people visit Kamilo Beach to gawk at the astounding amount of garbage that is mixed in with the sand. Some come to help clean it up. The trash on this Hawaii beach really piles up, and this trash comes from the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. This patch is a collection of marine litter that's situated in the North Pacific Ocean. Kamilo Beach currents are unique, and these currents push plenty of things onto the shore, including garbage, logs, and even dead animals. Logs aren't so common on the shores these days, but an abundance of plastic arrives regularly. 90% of the debris that washes up on the shore is composed of plastic. At Kamilo Beach, the sand is dotted with small pieces of bright plastics, many of which have faded a bit because of exposure to the elements. There are also bigger pieces of garbage, such as plastic vats. A lot of the garbage comes from the fishing industry. The beach looks terrible and stands out for all the wrong reasons. Number 7. Juhu Beach, Mumbai, India. Another extremely dirty beach is Juhu Beach in Mumbai, India. It's just totally polluted. This beach isn't part of an uninhabited island or tucked away in some out-of-the-way location. It's part of an upscale Mumbai neighborhood where many Bollywood stars choose to live. While people are making a serious effort to clean up Juhu Beach with some success, the pollution is a major problem. Pollution in the Arabian Sea is rising alarmingly, and an Indian Institute of Technology Bombay report indicates that there may be more plastic than fish in the sea by the year 2050. According to the report, 50% of plastics that pollute the Arabian Sea have been generated in the past decade. Plastic usage is on the upswing, and marine life and beachgoers are paying the price. Hundreds of tons of trash have been removed from Juhu Beach, so it doesn't look as bad as it used to, but the root issue that leads plastic and other garbage to wash up on the shores, which is rising pollution in the Arabian Sea, means that cleanup efforts will need to be aggressive and ongoing. Although the beach can look picturesque sometimes, particularly after cleanups, the waters are always intensely polluted. As of November 2019, the beach earns an overall rating of 3.5 out of 5 on TripAdvisor in November 2018, a reviewer described the beach's waters as black due to pollution. In August of 2019, another visitor characterized the beach as a disgrace due to its overcrowding and general dirtiness. People are valiantly trying to make this beach better, but it's a 24/7 job, which is just an epic undertaking. The Municipal Council is now overseeing cleanup operations, and these operations are changing things for the better. Large machines are needed to get rid of the trash that collects on the beach in the morning. People who visit the beach may not realize just how polluted the water is, since garbage that washes onto the beach is now being cleaned up faster than it once was. Number 6. Fujiazhuang Beach in Dalian, China. Do you want to share a beach with 50,000 other people? Probably not, right? Well, this is what you'll need to do if you want to spend any time at this beach in China. Beaches can be nasty for an array of reasons, including overcrowding. This beach is widely considered to be the most crowded stretch of sand in the world. Visitors are encouraged to avoid swimming if they have skin ailments or eye diseases or gastrointestinal problems. They're also supposed to avoid smoking, spitting, and littering. So why do people keep flocking to this beach? What's the attraction? Well, it's a really pretty place. The overcrowding is worst in summer. During spring, there's a lot more space to move around and enjoy the pretty locale. Unfortunately, the beach is polluted year-round, though food packaging and waste is generated by all of the beachgoers. The beach also gets a 3.5 out of 5 rating on TripAdvisor as of November 2019. Some extroverts enjoy the fact that so many people visit the beach during the high season because it's a socially vibrant environment, but others hate the overcrowding. People who gave the beach poor reviews commented on the fact that the beach's pebbles were painful to walk on, noted the unpleasant pollution, and remarked that it was hard to see the water because of all the people. Number 5. Villa Angela State Park, Ohio, USA. Villa Angela State Park is home to Villa Angela Beach, which is connected to Euclid Beach. These beaches are known for having high bacteria levels in their waters. Unfortunately, the bacteria levels tend to stay high rather than plummeting sometimes. Villa Angela State Park Beach and its adjacent Euclid Beach are often unsafe to swim in. Some of us expect American beaches to be safer than some international beaches thanks to the Clean Water Act, but this isn't always the case. American beaches may be filled with human fecal matter or other nasty contaminants, just like beaches in less developed nations. USA residents and tourists who visit American destinations need to understand that American beaches can be hazardous sometimes, or all of the time. Anyone who wants the inside scoop on a beach's safety should look for official reports before visiting, and especially before swimming or wading. So, what's in the water at Villa Angela State Park in Ohio? Well, this state park's beach is often filled with fecal matter that contaminates the water and may trigger respiratory illnesses, ear infections, intestinal distress, eye infections, and skin rashes. The main beach at the park is 900 feet in length and it's a pretty place to be, but the waters are dirty, which is actually the case with many Ohio state beaches. Number 4. Port Phillip Bay, Victoria, Australia. Beaches situated near this Victoria, Australia bay are places where roughly 800 million pieces of garbage flow into the waters yearly via a couple of rivers. The situation at Port Phillip Bay beaches highlights the damage that pollution is doing to Melbourne's coastline. Most of the population is plastic garbage, which surges into the bay and threatens the survival of marine life. Microplastics in the water are a huge issue. These types of plastic are smaller in size than a typical fingernail. Plastic bags also end up in Port Phillip Bay waters. Feces contamination is also sometimes a problem. Usually flash flooding is the cause of the high contamination rate from feces. Port Phillip is home to a lot of beaches which are generally long, flat, and shallow. These beaches are quite popular with tourists because they offer gentle conditions for swimming. Number 3. Guanabara Bay Beaches, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Guanabara Bay beaches often land on videos about polluted beaches like this one. The problem is the untreated human waste that pollutes the water. If you're considering swimming in the waters here, well, just don't. Local neighborhoods are very short on sanitation, which means that water conditions are terrible. Some people who do swim at these beaches live to regret it because they experience skin irritation and stomach problems afterwards. Athletes, including Olympic rowers, take pains to avoid splashing the bay's waters on themselves or others. They also disinfect with sanitizing products when they're in their boats. Exposure to pathogens from raw sewage from millions of Rio residents is just the beginning. At this beach, the water is also polluted by industrial waste. There are tons of refineries, pharmaceutical factories, and oil and gas operations in the region. A huge amount of industrial wastewater ends up in the bay every day. The beaches may look beautiful, but they have a dark side that local residents and tourists need to be aware of. If you're going to hang out at these beaches, just don't go in the water. Number 2. Freedom Island, Manila in the Philippines. You may not want to load a beach tote or knapsack with towels, sunscreen, the latest juicy best-selling novel, and drinks, and then head out for a day at this beach. Freedom Island's sands are basically buried under piles of trash. The Philippines is known for being a big generator of ocean plastic pollution, and the garbage dump that Freedom Island has become is a testament to the fact that the Philippines needs to reduce ocean plastic pollution as soon as possible. The buildup of plastic waste is linked with the development of the sachet packaging craze in the Philippines. Sachets are plastic pouches which are fortified with aluminium layers to provide durability and shape. If you've opened a package of ketchup and squeezed out the contents onto your French fries, well, you've used a sachet. Sachets make life easier for Philippines residents, but this ease and convenience comes with a very high environmental price. The Metro Manila beach is covered in plastic pollution. It's a pretty horrible sight. When waves are vomiting refuse onto the shore and beaches turn into landfills, we should all be alarmed. It's happening all over the world, including on Freedom Island. Number 1. El Gringo Beach, Bajos de Haina, Dominican Republic. When a beach earns the unofficial title Dominican Chernobyl, it's a clear sign that the condition of the beach isn't exactly safe or inspiring. El Gringo Beach in DR is remarkably filthy, and some of its pollution is dangerous, hence its worrisome nickname. People who visit El Gringo Beach need to worry about plastic pollution as well as toxic levels of lead in the soil and sand. The lead comes from an illegal car battery recycling smelter. Car batteries recycled contain lead acid. That smelter is now abandoned, but activities there caused significant environmental damage. Those who go to the beach also have to be concerned with other forms of industrial waste that land in the waters and on the shores. Examples of toxins found at this beach include the aforementioned lead, plus ammonium, formaldehyde, and sulfuric acid. These toxins are generated by oil refineries, manufacturing plants, and power plants in the region. A non-profit organization called the Blacksmith Institute considers this to be one of the most polluted areas of the planet. Toxins in the area are present in sand, soil, and water, and some of these toxins are also airborne. Suffice to say that El Gringo Beach isn't the ideal location for a leisurely family beach picnic. It's not the nicest place to take a dip either. So I really hope you found that video interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below, and do not forget to subscribe. Brand new videos just like this every day of the week. For more from me, check out another channel I do called Geographics. If you enjoyed this sort of content, I think you'll really enjoy that channel. It's linked to below. And as always, thank you for watching.